Have you ever wondered why money feels like it slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try to hold on to it? Why financial freedom seems like a dream for others, but not always a reality for you? Maybe you've worked hard, saved diligently, even cut corners where you could, yet the sense of abundance never arrives. It's a frustrating cycle. And here's the truth. It's not because you aren't disciplined, and it's not because you aren't smart enough. It's because most of us were taught the wrong story about money. In Rich AF, the winning money mindset that will change your life, Vivian 2 turns the traditional approach upside down. She shows us that being wealthy is not about living on rice and beans or depriving yourself of every small joy. It's not about chasing external validation or buying things to impress people who don't even notice. Instead, it's about shifting your mindset, rewriting the myths you grew up with, and learning to see money as a tool for freedom, growth, and joy. This is not just a book about budgeting. It's a book about power. It's about reclaiming control over your financial story, understanding your worth, and building habits that let you live life on your terms. Now, here's the thing most people never stop to question. The money habits you carry today didn't begin with you. They were planted in you, often years ago, by your parents, your community, and the culture around you. Think back. Did someone in your family say, "Money doesn't grow on trees," every time you wanted something? Or maybe they drilled into you the idea that the safest thing to do was save every penny and never take risks. These phrases sound harmless, even protective, but what they really do is shape the way you see money as an adult. They become part of your subconscious programming. That's the first key lesson. To get rich, you must unlearn the myths you've inherited. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who was taught as a child that debt is always evil. As an adult, they might avoid debt entirely, even good debt, like a mortgage or a low-interest loan to start a business. On the surface, they're being cautious, but in reality, their fear of debt may keep them from buying a home, building equity, or starting the very business that could change their financial future. The belief, meant to protect them, ends up holding them back. On the other hand, maybe you were taught that spending is a way to celebrate, to reward yourself. Every small achievement was followed by ice cream, shopping, or treats. And now, when you feel stressed or tired, what's your instinct? To swipe that card, to spend. Not because you need it, but because somewhere deep inside, spending is tied to comfort and love. That's the power of inherited money myths. They shape not only your financial decisions, but your emotions too. And so the first step toward true wealth is awareness. You must stop and ask yourself, whose voice is this in my head? Whose rule am I following when I save too much, spend too freely, or avoid investing? Is it really mine, or is it my parents', my culture's, my past's? The moment you recognize that, you can begin rewriting the story. Because here's the truth. Being rich is not about math. It's not about being a genius stock picker or being born into wealth. It's about mindset, about courage, about daring to question what you were told and choosing a new path forward. Financial truth number 1. Wealth is not meant to be hoarded. Think about it. But what stops most people from investing? A fear of losing what little they have. Fear of making a mistake. Fear rooted in old lessons. Don't risk it. Don't touch it. Just hold on tight. And yet holding on tight keeps you stuck. Imagine planting seeds in a garden and never watering them, never giving them sunlight, because you're afraid they won't grow. That's what hoarding money looks like. True wealth comes when you let your money breathe, grow, and work for you. Financial truth number 2. Money spent to impress others is wasted. Let me ask you, how many times have you bought something not because you loved it, but because of what other people might think? The new phone, the designer shoes, the car with a logo that screams success. And yet, deep down, you know the truth. Those things don't make you rich. They make you distracted. They keep you chasing appearances instead of building real freedom. Here's the shift. Stop spending for validation and start spending for value. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy luxuries or fun. It means the reason you spend should come from your heart, not society's expectations. Rich people don't buy to prove, they buy to enjoy. They align money with their own values, not someone else's opinion. Financial truth number 3. Complaining changes nothing. Action changes everything. How many times have you heard or even said phrases like, "I'll never get ahead, money is just too tight, the system is against me"? And yes, those frustrations might feel true in the moment. But here's the thing. Complaining doesn't move the needle, action does. When you negotiate your salary instead of staying silent, you shift your reality. When you set aside a portion of your income to invest, even if it's small, you open doors to compound growth. So let's pause and reflect. These 3 truths are not just ideas, they are calls to action. Don't hoard, invest. Don't impress, align. Don't complain, they act. This is the foundation of shifting from scarcity to abundance, from rich someday to rich AF. Here's the truth. Most of us were never taught you can only save as much as you earn. Think about that. Saving is finite, but earning is limitless. This is where the wealthy think differently. While most people are trying to shave a few dollars off their grocery bill or skip their morning coffee, rich people are asking, how do I increase my income? How do I create more streams of money flowing toward me? They don't just obsess over the cost of Starbucks. They focus on how to buy the whole coffee company. But let me make this practical for you. Imagine 2 scenarios. Scenario 1. Not bad, right? Scenario 2. 4 times more impact than your budget cut. And here's the best part. That raise compounds year after year. The author, Vivian Tu, lived this. Her career didn't start in a cushy Wall Street office or with millions of followers online. She could have dismissed it, complained about the low pay, or quit. Instead, she asked, how can I maximize this? She leveraged her network, brought in groups, and multiplied her earnings. Lesson learned, even in the smallest opportunities, there is room to expand if you look for it. Later at JP Morgan, she saw the value of working in an environment where effort was rewarded. But she also realized something crucial. Being in the right environment matters just as much as working hard. You can grind in a toxic or stagnant workplace forever and still not move forward financially, but step into a company or a platform that values and amplifies your worth, and suddenly doors fly open. A leap to BuzzFeed proved it. A leap to TikTok proved it again, and it all ties back to this. Your earning potential is limitless. When you understand your worth, build the right skills, and put yourself in the right rooms. So let me ask you, are you only looking at your spending, or are you looking at your earning? Are you only trying to trim your budget, or are you daring to grow your income? Because the real shift to being rich AF happens when you stop thinking like a minimalist survivor and start thinking like a wealth builder. Most people hear the word budget and instantly feel their shoulders tense. To them, budgeting means rules, restrictions, cutting joy, cutting fun, living in scarcity. But here's what Vivian Tu makes so clear. A budget is not a punishment. A budget is a plan for freedom. Think of it like this. A budget isn't about saying no to life. It's about saying yes to the things that matter most. It's not a financial diet. It's a recipe for creating a life where your money works in harmony with your values, your priorities, and your dreams. Here's the beauty of this approach. Instead of thinking, I can't buy that, you begin to think, I've already planned for this. That coffee with a friend, it's in the budget. Red is for the essentials, rent, utilities, non-negotiable. Yellow is for the needs with wiggle room, like groceries or transportation. You can adjust how much you spend there. Green is for your discretionary spending, the fun stuff, the indulgences, the luxuries. Now here's the motivational part. Instead of blindly cutting, you look at each of these categories and ask yourself, is this aligned with who I want to be, with the life I want to live? That's where budgeting becomes empowering. It's not just dollars on a spreadsheet, it's values in action. And let's talk about opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend isn't just leaving your wallet, it's also closing the door on what else that dollar could have done for you. The point isn't that you should never buy takeout. The point is to spend with intention. When you order that food, you know, yes, I'm choosing this joy and I'm okay with what I'm giving up to have it. That's financial freedom. Not deprivation, but awareness. And here's what really shifts your perspective. A good budget is flexible. It grows with you. It adapts when life throws curveballs. You don't fail at budgeting when an unexpected expense comes up. You adjust, you adapt, you keep going. That flexibility is the hallmark of financial confidence. So let's stop thinking of budgeting as shackles. Let's see it for what it truly is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. A bridge built not on shame, but on clarity, not on fear, but on choice. At the end of the day, money is never just money. It's energy, it's potential, it's possibility wrapped in paper and numbers. When Vivian Tu says you can be rich AF, she isn't just talking about having a fat bank account. She's talking about having the confidence to walk into any room and know your worth. About looking at your life and realizing you're no longer chained by inherited money myths, outdated fears, or scarcity thinking. Because real wealth isn't hoarded cash. It isn't mindlessly buying things to impress people who don't matter. And it definitely isn't complaining about your financial situation without taking action. Real wealth is clarity. Real wealth is choice. Real wealth is alignment between your values and your spending, between your goals and your habits. Think about the author's journey from a side hustle in the Chicago club scene, to JP Morgan, to BuzzFeed, to TikTok stardom. None of it was linear. None of it was guaranteed. But at every stage, she asked the questions, am I valued here? Is this environment helping me grow? Am I making the most of my talent? And when the answer was no, she pivoted. She took risks. She trusted her worth. That's the mindset you and I are being invited into. Not just to survive financially, but to thrive. And here's the ultimate truth. Your financial freedom doesn't lie in pinching pennies until your joy disappears. It lies in expanding your potential, in creating new streams of income, in leveraging your skills, in refusing to stay small. Saving matters. Budgeting matters. But your greatest wealth is your ability to earn, adapt, and grow. So as you close this audiobook, I want you to take one thing with you. Money is not the end goal. Money is the tool. The real goal is freedom. Freedom to live a life aligned with your purpose. Freedom to say yes when opportunity knocks. Freedom to walk away when something or someone doesn't value you. And that, my friends, is what it means to be truly rich AF. So go out there, challenge your old money myths, build habits that serve your future self, demand environments that reward your brilliance, and above all, live like someone who knows they're worth it. Because you are. You've just taken a journey through Rich AF, the winning money mindset that will change your life. But here's the real secret. The book itself isn't enough. Knowledge is only power when you act on it. So what are you going to do differently today? Will you finally confront that old money myth you've been carrying since childhood? Will you take the leap and ask for the raise you know you deserve? Will you stop apologizing for wanting wealth and start seeing money as the tool it truly is. A tool for freedom, impact and joy. This is your invitation. Don't let these ideas fade into the background like another inspiring audiobook you listened to once. Let them become the blueprint for how you live, work, and earn moving forward. If this message resonated with you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Discuss it, apply it, let it challenge you, and remember, your financial story isn't fixed. It's waiting for you to rewrite it with courage, clarity, and intention. Because being rich AF isn't about luck, it isn't about privilege, it's about mindset, strategy, and action. And now you have the tools. The next chapter is yours to write. So go. Live boldly. Earn unapologetically. Build a future that reflects your worth. And never forget, you are already far richer than you think.